Do I wisdom here, folks. Earth date Y2K 17.09.27. Article 25, the nuclear nut. And here's our quote, a paraphrase from the U.S. Constitution. Article 25, Section 4. A president can be removed from office if he is incapacitated. I was watching the 15 minutes 1950s atomic war education film, Duck and Cover. Duck and Cover. And almost fell off my baby bungalow high chair, both laughing and almost crying myself to death. The narrator telling children that covering their heads with newspaper will protect them from a nuclear blast almost sent me into mind-bending laughter again. In reliving my halcyon days, I wished I had the wisdom to realize that the stress, this fear that my society was forced me to live with would never abate. We got more technologically adept over the 67 years I've been here, but we have made little progress in our evolution as human beings. People want to believe that the world changed after 9/11. Believe me, it never changed. In fact, it was always miserable. And it has gotten worse. The other night, on MSNBC's Rachel Maddow, she and I both released our breath in disgust and dismay at exactly the same time after we learned from one of their experts that we were closer to nuclear war now than ever before in our entire lives. And then we have not a rational leader at our helm, but instead a sociopathic maniac who has wanted a war since he was vomited into our Oval Office. Well, you all know that I refuse to hop and ride on Dr. Donald T's clown car of death. You all know that. I will not wave a flag. I will not put a yellow ribbon up. I will not stand and salute or anything behind the birther Donald T. Goddard tax evading bastard. This president is not an FDR, a Truman, an Eisenhower, a Kennedy. He is not even a Ronald Reagan, who I despise, who helped to create this creep in the first place with his new extreme GOP union killing agenda at that time. Dr. Don T is a narcissistic sociopath who deserves to be Article 25 before he blows up our entire planet. As one who has been fighting bullies his entire life, I know one when I see one. I also know what a racist bigot looks like and what their rhetoric is. I understand what a thug and a gangster is. I know how to recognize something that is corrupt to the core. And believe me, the dotard Donald Trump is all this and more. My greatest fear, among other things, was this creep would get us into a war. And I was even more disturbed when I realized that I was also concerned that this Trump-nosed creep would have the ambition to instigate nuclear war too. Again, he must be Article 25, especially since brinksmanship also gives him a hard-on. Our lives are difficult and brief. Is it too much to ask that we have competent, professional, and compassionate people running things? In the 67 years that I've been here, this planet has gotten much worse and much more dangerous thanks to our efforts, not better. And with this technology we enjoy, as well as our country's riches, there is absolutely no excuse for the state our planet is in today. Donald John Trump is not only a racist bigot and an apologist for white supremacy, he is mentally unbalanced and totally incompetent, holding the highest office in our land. Please, Article 25 this creep now. We demand competence from our doctors, from our lawyers, and from our teachers. And for those given the responsibility to run our cities, states, and countries, that competence must be beyond impeccable. If not, the fate of a city, of a state, the fate of a country, and the fate of an entire world could be fire and ashes. Open your eyes. Pretend you're the boss on an episode of The Apprentice. Would the Trump-Putin birther last on your watch? I know that I would have fired him after the first month or sooner. The creep must be Article 25. We are not citizens to Doter Don. He is the king bully, and we are sycophantic members of his gang as far as he is concerned. His schoolyard antics look horrifically familiar to me, and he is the last person on this planet that I would ally myself with. The creep is so sick that I believe he thinks he is a member of the World Wrestling Entertainment Corporation, and that he and the North Korean dictator are simply contestants on WrestleMania. Well, we live in a real world, a dangerous world, made more so because many of us refuse to evolve and want nothing but savage, naked apes to lead us. I refuse to accept naked ape rule because this life is all that I will ever have. And this planet is the one home I will ever know. Now that he realizes that his treasonous acts with the Russian government are going to be revealed, like any maniac before him, dotard Donald T. will get us into war. A distraction of death to cement his cursed name on our ruined planet until the days of our dying sun. If the Democrats were in charge, the nuclear nut would have already been impeached, or at least Article 25. With that party crippled for now, it is up to us to junk Trump's clown car and send him to an institution for the criminally insane, so that we and our planet will be safe for now as we mow down one evil Article 25 madman at a time.